first game and to start a game and getting all those shots in the beginning, it felt good to have that done. Yeah.
How much time do you think you'll need in the AHL before you feel comfortable that you could be an NHL goalie, or do you feel like you're ready right now?
I like the game over here. I like it when there are more shots and more direct to the net. So I feel more like this is better for me. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm feeling well prepared from this summer, and it's been going good during the practices and this game too. So we're looking forward to the future.
We usually ask skaters if it's a big adjustment, the ice size, because they have to skate more or less or whatever. Is there an adjustment for you with the angles that you're playing against?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the biggest change is that more pucks come to the net all the time, and it's so much faster, like going from one side to the other. Most of the times in Sweden, it's like most of the times the puck ends up in the corners. Yeah. That's not happening here, pretty much. That's, I would say, is the biggest change to always stay ready on those situations. Yeah.
I hear from a lot of European goalies that the biggest challenge for them is that in Europe it's more of a blocking style, and then here there's just, like you said, a lot more pucks and you have to use your glove a lot more. Do you see that from your perspective?
Yeah, I think so too. Like there's more like uncontrollable situations, so you have to stay ready all the time, and not every chance is perfect, so you have to be on edge all the time. Yeah.
Felt good. It's the first, real game in a while. You obviously have summer scrimmages and stuff, but that was kind of the first true game, and I'm glad I got that game with my legs under me.
Did you feel that chemistry with your line mates early on? You guys had a lot of scoring chances.
Yeah, I think we had a good week of practice, and I think we complement each other well. So. I wasn't really surprised that we were going to have chemistry. It was just a matter of executing.
How excited are you to get real camp started?
Definitely excited, yeah. I mean, kind of got a head start here with rookie camp, and now that that's over, yeah, like you said, I'm really excited for main camp.
What did you see on the goal you set up for Comrie in the first?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a great sequence there. Joel made a nice play, and then they had a turnover in the neutral zone, and we kind of quick upped on them, and Ratty dropped it to me. And at first I was going to attack the net, but then out of the corner of my eye I saw the late guy coming in, so I kind of just pulled up, and it was a bit of a risky pass, but it worked. So.
In the shootout, did you feel like you had him and you hear the ping?
Yeah, that was actually Joel actually gave me that move right before I went, so I took his advice, and I think it was there. There was a couple of inches.
Do you think it's not quite up to you, but when you start into main camp, do you think you'll stay at center? They might try at the wing. I don't know, maybe they gave you a heads up beforehand?
No, I haven't heard anything. Kind of just got to be prepared for whatever happens, and a bit of an adjustment if I had to move to wing, but definitely ready to face that challenge if it comes.
Do you feel like your comfort level in the rookie game this year was more than your comfort level in the rookie game last year?
Yeah, definitely. I think every year you probably get a little bit more confident, and third year, so felt a little bit more comfortable just with the, preparation for the game, and just the pace of the game and that kind of thing. So yeah, definitely more comfortable.
What did you think of Felix's performance, especially in the first period?
Yeah, he played unreal, I think. They peppered us with shots in the first period, and he was kind of a backbone there. So, if it wasn't for him, they probably could have had a couple goals in that first period. So, yeah, he played really well.
Взволнованный, не так сказать. Присутствовало волнение, конечно, небольшое. Вышел, просто играл в хоккей, было тяжело, старался. Первая игра, ничего не понимал сначала, потом забил гол и вроде потихоньку вошел в игру. Надо только прибавлять и прибавлять.
It was a long time. It was exciting and a little bit of everything. And I was a little bit not feeling himself at the beginning. And then after the first goal, everything came back.
How excited is he for main camp on Friday?
По поводу кемпа, как еще чувствуешь?
Да на тренировках, когда все хорошо, все нравится, хорошее настроение, все получается. В игре было тяжеловато.
And the training and everything is easier. Everything has come more natural. On the game, it's a little bit more harder.
The biggest things that you worked on this summer, as far as what aspects of this game he was trying to work on?
На какой части игры ты работал летом больше всего?
Игры в хоккей?
Да.
Да над всеми частями работал. Я не играл год целый, мне надо все вспоминать.
He didn't play the whole year, so he was working on every aspect of the game. Had to work on pretty much everything.
You talked at the beginning of camp about wanting to push into the offensive zone more now. Were you satisfied with how you did that in tonight's game?
Ты на предсезонке говорил, что хотел немножко добавить, толкнуться в эту зону нападения. Как ты думаешь, это у тебя получилось?
Ну, получается, конечно, я больше начал бросать, больше забивать. И про оборону тоже не забываю. Ну, 2 гола, как бы, наверное, начал лучше играть там.
Yeah, offensive part is working. He got the push and get the more shots. With the more shots come more goals. But he don't forget about defensive zone either.
Feel confident coming into this game?
Комфортно чувствуешь себя, заходя в основной лагерь?
Да, надо отдохнуть завтра.
Day off tomorrow, and we're gonna rock and roll going into a camp.
Yeah, I thought I played pretty well. I think as a line, we played really well. A couple bad turnovers here and there, but overall I thought we played pretty well, and we gave ourselves a chance to win. But at the end of the day, it's hockey and kind of happens that way.
How much of your game is generated off of getting on the forecheck, creating pressure and turnovers?
I'd probably say like majority of the offense. I think just that's kind of the best part of my game is just being able to turn over pucks and create plays that way. So I thought I did that pretty well tonight, and I just got to keep moving forward.
You said at development camp that you really wanted to work on your strength, and I feel like this is the first opportunity that you really had to kind of explore that and see what you could do with it. How do you think you've performed in that way?
Yeah, I thought we held on to a lot of pucks in their D zone, and so I thought I played pretty well as far as protecting the puck and making plays. So I'm pretty happy in that aspect, but there's always room for improvement.
This was your first rookie camp, heading into your first training camp. What's going through your mind after these couple days, and then as you prepare to join main camp?
Yeah, I think right now I just got to recover and get ready for main camp. It's going to be pretty similar. It's probably even harder than rookie camp. So there's going to be some really good players at camp. So I got to be ready to go, and I just got to get my body ready.
I'm sure you've thought about this, but what do you see as the challenges for you in order to make this team?
Just like I said before, just got to be able to show that I can handle an 82-game season and play at the NHL level physically. So I think if I can prove that, I think my play is I can mesh well, top to bottom in a lineup. So I think I just got to show that I'm physically ready.
How do you think you'll feel the next 2 days, not having anything really going on the ice, and then probably thinking about rookie camp and how much were they watching me? How much will that carry over into main camp? Are you a cerebral kind of guy like that, or do you think you'll be able to put it behind you pretty quick?
Yeah, I think I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think right now I just got to focus on recovering from this game. It was really hot out there. I know guys sweat a lot out there, so we got to get hydrated and stuff like that. And I'm just focusing on main camp now. The game's over, so definitely reflect and see what I can do better. But at the end of the day, I just got to get ready for main camp.
A lot of guys on all fours too. The ice not so great.
Yeah, I think it's still if it's a hot day outside. We got to the rink, it was really foggy in here. So, but at the end of the day, they have to play on the ice too. We could have been better tonight, but sometimes the bounces just don't go your way.
Especially at the end of the game with those 2 chances in overtime, it just kind of feel like whatever you were doing just wasn't going in the net for you.
Yeah, I think I had a couple chances where I should have went in or whatnot, but like I said, that's just kind of how hockey goes sometimes. So we'll definitely do some video, go over what I can do better, but I'm just gonna put it behind me.
You talked a lot this summer about just wanting to come into this camp prepared, and that had a lot to do with you training in Philly this summer. Can you speak a little bit to how prepared you feel? And there's, I'm sure, a lot of excitement heading into your first NHL camp, but you've tried to do your best to put yourself in a position to be successful here.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for staying here in the summer was just getting as comfortable as possible. A lot of guys are much older than me at the camp. I'm only 19, so I think just staying here all summer, meeting a lot of the staff and stuff like that, meeting the guys that come in, it's really helped me just feel a lot more comfortable. Obviously my first camp I'm going to be pretty nervous, but I can try and decrease that a little bit by just being here all summer, and I'm ready to go.
What are the biggest components of your your game that you think are going to help you stand out the most in a very competitive camp?
Yeah, I think just my style of play. I think I can play, anywhere in a lineup, whether it's just, first line or fourth line. I think I can help a team. So I think that's probably my biggest strength as a player, just being able to play different roles, PK, power play, stuff like that. So, if I can show that during camp and, the staff likes it, then hopefully that gives me the best shot.
He played really well. So that, I think, especially in the first period, we put him in some tough situations, and he came out with some big saves.
I guess after last year, with all the craziness and goals, you never want to make plans too deep, but do you have kind of plans if everybody's healthy? You would keep him up here at this level? Redding would end up taking, I would assume, one of those two young guys that played tonight?
Yeah, that's for somebody else to make that decision. So, but we obviously goaltending depth is important, and Felix played a game last year. He had a pretty good showing tonight, so he's on the right path.
Do you know, not to be specific, but do you know if you're going to carry 3 goalies?
No.
The Phantoms, or
No.
Definitely carry 2.
Yeah. It doesn't do anybody any good not to play. So that's especially goaltending. Shots are shots, and sometimes shots from the East Coast League can be more of a challenge and can make you a better goaltender.
Rubtsov just seems like he's just real steady, does a lot of things well, but when he scores like that, is that just an added bonus to kind of all the things that he does off the entire ice?
Yeah, he's a talented player. He's going to kill penalties. If he's here, he's killing penalties for us. He's playing on the power play. He makes players around him better.
What was the top line doing to get them in the offensive zone so much? It seemed like almost every time they were on the ice, they were on the attack, and it was a little bit more of a struggle for the other lines to get in on the attack and create chances.
I think some of it, a little bit, was the transition coming out of our zone. Sometimes there's a big difference between, being on the ice with a guy like Phil Myers. A lot of his shifts matched up with those guys, so that helps. But obviously, all 3 of those guys can skate. They have skill. They can protect the puck well. There's an element of speed there, so a lot of things that makes the entries a lot easier for them.
How much does Farabee, in particular, his ability to get in on the forecheck and create pressure, create turnovers, play into their ability to keep the puck in the
Yeah,
offense?
he has value in that, and that's the biggest thing. You can talk about being first on the forecheck, but he wants to do it. He wants to get in there, and it means something for him, and he has a big impact on that line.
What do you see as the challenges for him in particular to make this team?
The Flyers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just getting acclimated to bigger bodies, the speed of the game. His skill is as good as any player that we've had here, and having been on the Flyers bench last year, he's certainly right up there in the top grouping of players as far as skill goes. So his adjustment to the pace of play and the size of the players, for me, is going to be the biggest thing.
What was your view of Phil Myers' game? He obviously had the one really good setup in the first period, but on the whole, did you think he stood out, I guess, as much as you expected him to?
He's an NHL player to me. He played like it. There's no panic. He's done a great job of preparing himself in the last 2 years to be an NHL player, and now he's just got to have a good camp, and everything should fall into place for him.
Anybody else stand out? I think a lot of people expect Phil to, be on the NHL team. Maybe, I don't know, I'm looking for a surprise or somebody who you would have expected to have it at the AHL level this year. But anybody stand out to you in this game?
I thought Vorobiev did a lot of good things. I'm just going through the lines here. Max Sheshko did some things that I liked in the offensive zone. One of the guys that I thought kind of stood out, maybe less heralded than the rest of them, was Galad. It seemed like every time he was on the ice, good things happened. Wyatt played. I thought he played well when I looked at the D. So I mean, there's a lot of things that there's a lot of mistakes in a game like that, and you're talking to the team in between periods about things that you've talked about all week, and obviously that they're not going to remember everything. There's maybe an element of coaching that they might not get from a correction standpoint when they're in junior, for those guys that are first-year players, and probably a little more detail than stuff that they're accustomed to. And at times their head's going to spin, and sometimes it's just survival. So I like the effort. Biggest thing was puck management. That probably could have been better. It would have made the game a lot easier.
Going back to Joel for a second, he's worked a lot this summer in terms of his body and getting ready to deal with not only the physical nature of the game at this level, but just the number of games as well. I'm curious, A, what you see from that, and in this game and how that's translated, and if during the course of a training camp you can learn to use your body better.
Well, I think as far as body improvement, I guess he's gained weight, so that's going to make him stronger, and that's going to make him more effective when it comes to protecting the puck, absorbing a hit, making a hit. So I think those things are important. They're important for every player, but if you can do that in college and you can do that in junior hockey, and if you move up to the NHL, it becomes a little bit harder if you're light. So that's something that's going to be important. Whatever he weighs now, I'm sure a year from now it'll probably be another 10 pounds or 8 pounds. And as he goes on through his career, he'll get to a point where he's at the right weight for him to be able to tolerate an NHL season.
After, a few days of practice, and then this, of course, is a quick game to put together, like you said. I'm not sure how much, you're going to get from such a quick game here. From a coaching standpoint, what are the things that you're really hoping they take away from this experience and this game tonight as they head into training camp?
Hopefully I think the biggest thing is just identifying time and space is going to be a little bit different than what they're accustomed to, first-year players. I felt like the older players, it was an easier task for them, and they made fewer turnovers, mistakes like that. But that to me is the biggest challenge, just identifying, not everything that you did in junior and college is going to work, and you've got to figure that out. We'll obviously help them in that area, but when they're in the heat of the battle, there are things that they've got to figure out too.